On August 10th, 2012, the Porsche 911 GT2 997 was released into Need for Speed World, adding some extreme acceleration to the Porsche family. The 997 GT2 features 3 boost-only body kits. This is actually the second Porsche 911 GT2 released into Need for Speed World, the first one being the 996 911 from Most Wanted, but that car features some pretty bugged looking taillights. This car, on the other hand, has a great model. With its powerful acceleration and cosmic nitrous, the only thing you have to worry about in drag mode is your reaction time. That's it. Your shifting will determine on how good or how bad you do in a drag race with this car. And if you do good, you're going to pull some wicked times. This car is amazing in drag, thanks to it being highly oriented as a high acceleration car. At the start of any race event, you'll notice you'll be blasted by the pass. That's one of the things that the GT2 does good. It accelerates, and its perfect start is very powerful, so be careful if it's on sort of a curve at the start. That being said, once you're off the line and accelerating as fast as you can, be careful in the corners. This car does not handle like a 911 GT3 RS or RS 3.0. This car feels heavy in a handling. That can catch you out, especially if you're switching from a, sort of very swift feeling car. This car does not feel like it's cornering swift. Well, it can still do some good cornering, it just doesn't feel like it can play tricks on you. That's the main issue that this car has, is that visually it looks like it's taking, a wild turn and understeering, when it actually steers pretty good. You just have to know how to do it. And just be careful, because if you're against one of these cars, you better be praying, because this thing is so fast in circuit events. There's one thing to mention though. Class A restricted events, be careful of that, because this car is the Class A king. The Z-Tune and Jaguar XK are the only 2 cars in Class A that have a candle to this thing. The way this thing feels and how its stats is set up, built to be a Tier 3 king, was a Tier 3 king, and now put in the second to best class, this thing is a true master of racing events, especially at the Class A level. The 997 GT2 falls down in pursuit outruns and team escapes. It's somewhat usable in team escapes because, it can avoid places to get from point A to point B, where destruction isn't a goal, or survival isn't a goal at all. But pursuit outruns, on the other hand, the car just is useless. Just don't take it there. Unless you plan on just hitting a bunch of pursuit breakers, this car isn't going to do anything to hurt the cops. It's too light, the cops will just barely move, the roadblocks will dead stop you. It's useless in that mode. In a team escape, you can at least use it for something. Even though it's extremely light, which is the main problem with this thing in that mode, it can avoid the rhinos and avoid the roadblocks. But then again, if you hit a roadblock or you hit a rhino, you'll be stopped. And sometimes the cops will pile on you and it'll be a difficult way to get out. And sometimes the acceleration can't save you. So just be wary of that. There's cars that are made for Team Escape. There are some cars that aren't necessarily made for Team Escape but are good in that. This car isn't either though. It's subpar in Team Escape. I wouldn't take it there. But I definitely would not take it in Pursuit Outrun either. Pursuit Outrun is 10 times more useless there than it is in Team Escape. To review, the 997 GT2 is a great car for drag and sprint events. The car is great at racing, it has a great sound to it, and it's the best car in Class A, with only 2 rivals. But you can't use it that well in Team Escapes, and you shouldn't even use it at all in Pursuit Outrun events. If you're looking for a multi-purpose car, this is not the one for you. If you're looking for a car that has a great sound that you can post some great times with, go for it.